beautiful Saturday. Beautiful Saturday morning, just a bunch of scumbags. A bunch of fucking scumbags. San Jose, California, scumbag capital, where the rats aren't just on four legs. They waddle on deuces too. Police protected informants. A bunch of snotty-nosed brat college kids, spoon-fed motherfuckers. No worries in the world, still harassing motherfuckers. On top of that, you got starving students. I think that's what they call them, starving students. Homeless, fucking politicians. Everybody's in on this shit. Nappy, do you believe in clones? Definitely believe in clones. Hey, what's going on, Moon? Cricket? Yeah, I definitely believe in clones. You know, and just to think about, just to think about the way shit is moving, like clones shit. Clones was probably going on in the 1920s and shit. They was probably making clones and shit. They already got this fucking, excuse my language, as everybody knows, I have a bad cursing habit, but, yeah, that shit was probably going on in the 20s. They already got computers generating fake people, just making up fake faces and shit. That's insane. Like, how do you create a person out of nothing? Like, there's got to be someone in the world that looks like that, but I guess it taps in with all the IDs in the system or whatever and fucking just generates a fucking face. Let's see. I think many of these people aren't people at all. Yeah, I was thinking that. I had heard, when I first, when I first realized I was being targeted and shit, I was doing a lot of research and I came across this one dude on the tube, like it was like a podcast, but it was on YouTube, and this lady was talking about how this military dude had brought this girl to her apartment, and this is in Sacramento. Brought this girl. I guess she was supposed to be like exchange student or whatever, but she was from the military. She was like a military type of fucking, like the military brought her there. And I guess the lady was supposed to just watch her, make sure she was going to American River College, make sure she was doing good and shit. But the military dude didn't tell the lady what was up with the girl. The lady just thought it was a regular girl. And she said just weird shit was going on. Like, she always wore sunglasses. Like her skin was really, really, really like. The lady put it like this, and the lady was white. She said her skin was white, but you couldn't tell. I mean, if you looked at her, she didn't look like a regular white person. It looked like she had some type of, birth defect. Like, her skin was powdery and shit. And she was real fucking, she was real fucking skinny and her arms were lanky. And she said she was really quiet. She didn't want nobody to, touch her and shit. She was like a wild animal almost, the lady said. And the lady was tripping. She talked to the military dude. She called the military dude back up. And he still didn't tell her what was up. And then eventually the lady, found out quote unquote, this is what she said. She found out that the girl wasn't even human and shit. She was like a clone. How true the story is, I don't know, but I wouldn't doubt it. I don't doubt anything no more. If it fits in with reality, the real reality, and not this fucking shit that they try and coach you out of fucking thinking. Oh, there's no such thing as this. There's no such thing as that. That's what all the schooling and shit is for. Like we have natural instincts and shit, and we know, like, I think in the ancient days we were probably even in tune with the spirits and all that shit, but we've been coached out of our fucking natural abilities with this bullshit education and this bullshit ass propaganda, which leads us to control and shit. They put a bunch of real shit in cartoons and shit, subconsciously, so when that type of shit pops up, motherfucker be like, and you say something about it, motherfucker be like, oh man, you watch too many fucking cartoons, you watch too much TV, that type of shit. Even with the aliens, the spaceships, the UFOs and shit, like, how is that, like, I don't even see how that's beyond anybody's fucking insight. Like, I don't see, like, how any intelligent person would think that there's no fucking life except for on Earth. Yet we got all this fucking technology, and you put shit together. Like, this shit didn't come from no fucking humans. We're not this fucking smart. Fucking phones tapping in with each other and shit, doing shit like this, live broadcasts and shit. This ain't no fucking human technology. I don't care what anybody says. We're not that smart. If it was left up to us, we wouldn't even be on airplanes yet. If it was left up to the human mind, we wouldn't be on airplanes. I don't even think we'd have fucking light bulbs, let alone TVs and all that. We'd probably be on the tire right now, the rubber tire and rim. We'd be riding rubber tires on carriages and shit. Let me see. Let me see. Cursing don't offend me. Oh, okay, appreciate that, man. Yeah, I know. I just, I gotta, warn, disclose or whatever. It's a habit I gotta break out of. Limited vocabulary. I gotta break out of that shit. It's like an unfinished clone. That the dude took to that lady, yeah, man. And I've seen people like that. Like, bro, I've literally ran up to fucking cars, like, following me with one headlight. And most people, let alone, I mean, women. Like, bro, I swear I ran up on this car, and I was like, why are you following me with one headlight? And this lady, she looked just like as soon as I got to the car, just the blank look on her face, she said, I'm not following you. And her blank, she was just blank, and she had on some sunglasses, and she just looked like fucking, she was like zombified, but she was coherent, but it was like she was just in some type of fucking space. Like, I'm not following you. I don't know what you're talking about, sir. Like, I don't know what the fuck was going on. Maybe it was a good act or whatever, because it was like, at the time it was kind of like a piss off the way she was like doing it, like almost like placating me and shit. And then I thought about it and just thought about her whole fucking reaction to me fucking hopping out the car. Like, motherfucker, if it's a dude, I understand you ain't gonna fucking jump maybe or anything like that. But a lady seeing some fucking black dude fucking hop out his fucking van and rush to her car and fucking ask her why she's following him and shit, and she just like I don't know, man. Yeah, but I think I definitely, I'm with you on that. I don't think all of these people are fucking, I don't think all of them are human, and I think some of them are going through some type of training or something maybe that, that they're going to use in the future or whatever. Maybe some superhuman type shit or whatever, but maybe trying to get them introduced into the world. But, I try and stay off of that because, these people, a lot of the people that aren't in the know as far as this targeting shit, you start mentioning that type of shit, and then, the targeting and all that, they start to accumulate that with being fake and shit. Oh, this motherfucker believes in UFOs. He's full of shit. This dude's tripping. He's, he believes in UFOs. He thinks people are following him. All that type of shit. So I just, but yeah, man, I'm 100% like, if they, especially if they say it ain't real, I'm questioning it, and I'm gonna look at it, and I'm gonna make sure, like, for myself. I remember in one oh wait. Hey, what's going on, Brandon? Oh, okay, I'm way behind. Yeah, it is some freaky shit, man. It's crazy. Whoever trusts in his own mind is a fool, but let me see. Is a fool, but he who walks in wisdom will be delivered. Yeah, I definitely believe that. I remember in one video on your older channel, this dude that was mobbing you had all white eyes for a few seconds, heavy demons inside. Yeah, man. Hey, you'll be surprised what the camera catches, man. And then people be on drugs and shit, and you just know, like, man, that motherfucker got demons in him. Like, that motherfucker is loaded right now. Not just those drugs. I got about 50, 60 different beings in it. Demonic beings. They be moving and shit all weird, like in the Exorcist movie and shit, like the almost like pop locking type of fucking ugh. Yeah, man. I try and stay away from them type of people, man. That shit scares me. Like, when I see them fucking people and they, not people that, regular people that be talking to themselves and shit, that don't scare me. But when they be doing all that fucking aggressive fucking spitting and fucking and all that growling and shit, man, I be trying to get the fuck away from them. I don't want that shit jumping off in me, man. Them demons. Demons is like, people don't believe in that shit. That's a real fucking thing, man. I remember when I was a little kid, I used to always get those fucking dreams and shit to where I would wake up and I couldn't fucking move, I couldn't yell, and I heard all types of fucking bullshit in my ears. Like, it wasn't like no fucking demons or no shit like, but it was like, I don't know, man. It was just like some weird shit, like fucking, I guess you could say like rock and roll music type shit. Like, not rock and roll music, but it wasn't music at all, but just the type of fucking metal and all that shit fucking scraping against each other. Like, I heard a lot of that shit. And, either like I don't like I remember one time my grandma walked in and that shit went away, and I I think that was the first time she walked in and that shit went away, and fucking I couldn't sleep in my room. Like I literally couldn't sleep in there. I was young too, like I was about 7 when it first happened, and I fucking I slept in my grandma's room for like 2-3 weeks. And she said I remember she told me to say anytime it happens, just say I rebuke you in the name of the Lord. I rebuke you in the name of the Lord. She said just keep saying that. And she never told me why. And then I got older. I heard it was demons. When I got older, I heard, and then doctors have some type of fucking sleep paralysis or some weird shit like that. I don't know. But yeah, I don't think it's no fucking sleep paralysis. I'm pretty sure it's demons. It's a lot of, it's a lot of unrested. It's a lot of unrested souls. A lot of fucking people who were murdered, fucking, just all types of weird fuck. And some of these people were fucking psychotic. Like there's people out here literally on the streets right now. If they were to get AIDS, they'd be like, fuck it, and fuck around and go. And I'm drifting off, but it's kind of relating to what I'm speaking on. It's people out here with AIDS that will fucking say, fuck it, man, I got this shit, now I'm about to go give it to everybody. Anybody, and they'll just fucking be, it's not funny, but, they'll just fucking be like, wild fucking dogs in heat and fucking just spread that shit knowingly. And, there's a lot of fucking, just a lot of people like fucking vindictive, evil fucking people have died, man. People that like the same type of people who gang stalk us and domestically terrorize us and shit. There's people eviler than them that have died, and their fucking souls and spirits are just roaming the planet and shit. Hopping into people, possessing people and shit. I highly believe in that. Especially when you get into the like methamphetamines, crack, shit like that. Fucking, I'm not too sure about heroin and shit. I haven't seen nobody really do no crazy shit off heroin, but I've seen that crystal and crack. I've literally seen people pick their fucking faces off to the red meat and shit. Like pretty, like they're pretty. Or they used to be. And then they fucking just dig craters and shit all in their face. And is it because you think about the shit, and is it because they're tweaking and they're fucking having hallucinations on seeing bugs in their face? Or is it like that crystal meth has fucking opened your eyes up to seeing the type of fucking, the chemtrail swimming through your face and the fucking, just the parasites and all that shit, like, because I've done it. I've done crystal before. I've never done no fucking, I used to do that shit to, like, fucking stay up and hustle and shit. Like, I never went too overboard with it, but, there are people that fucking just line it up and put lines and lines and lines and lines and shit, like, fucking just blow their fucking minds, like, inside out. And, that shit, it fucking, trips you out, man. Like, I used to look in the mirror. I never touched my fucking face because I seen what that shit did. Like, I seen people, and it's like, and I see what they're doing. Like, they see the fucking shit And then they fucking, they start picking and start thinking that the hairs are that shit, and then they fucking start just fucking, the hair, they end up digging all the hairs out their face, and then next thing you know, they're working on the skin and shit. Fucking, in the bathroom for fucking hours in the mirror and shit, and fucking, you know, all that mirror and that glass and all that shit, like, you don't know what the fuck is behind that shit. The mirrors and all that shit. Let's see. I'm making videos now, bro. I'm going out today to make good video gangs. Going to blog and expose this perp. Oh shit, hold on, y'all. Expose it. Blog and expose this perp that tried setting me up. Oh man, hell yeah, expose that shit and get his ass and tell him to start signing some autographs. I noticed that shit when you tell him that shit. They don't like that. They don't like that. Once they know they're going on YouTube, I get some people that ignore it, but for the most part, their whole fucking demeanor changes and shit. Once you tell them to get on YouTube, and then you fucking put the icing on the cake and placate them, tell them to start signing some autographs, they start telling you, oh man, I'm gonna sue you. You can't fucking record me. You better do your fucking homework, buddy. This is public. They got cameras all out on the street. Why can't I film you? They're filming you. Let's see. Yeah, sometimes people look like that with that film on their skin. Yeah, I'm not correlating that with all, like, I'm not saying all people like that are like clones or anything, but yeah, I've seen some people like that. But this lady, actually being up on one, like, you pass people by and shit, but you ain't paying attention to that shit. Yeah, it's not like if you're a little kid or some shit. Like, kids are fucking, how do they say it? Innocently honest. Brutally honest in an innocent way. But as an adult, man, you learn, like, it's like a kid, you would, make fun of somebody retarded. Well, some kids, most kids, little kids, make fun of retarded people and shit like that. You get older and you don't pay attention to it. But actually running up and being up on her and just seeing her movements and shit, it was kind of like, how you say, it was freaky. It was kind of freaky. It left me walking away, like, asking myself, like, damn, like, this ain't human. Like, she's like an alien or some shit. Blank. Yeah, completely blank. Like, of no, like, they're coherent, like, they hear and, they're answering everything you're saying, but it's just like, it's real creepy, man. It was creepy. And this is in the beginning of my gang stalking, so, like, I I was just starting my dreadlocks, and fucking, my hair wasn't that long, so, and I was hella bigger than what I am now. Like, I was way bigger and shit. So, me hopping out and fucking running at the car, and for her to be like, to know she was gang stalking me, to know that she was fucking doing that, and not, not to have any type of, like, I wasn't gonna retaliate, like, that shit just didn't seem normal. and not like I'm some type of bully and fucking shit like that, but you know, you walk by some people and they fucking slap their fucking locks on their doors and all types of shit. Like, you could be about 20, 30 feet away from them. You hear the door click. Like, like the door click. And she, you know, she didn't even flinch. Real fucking skinny and fucking, like, you know, breakable. Like, how would you say fragile, petite? Yeah, exactly. They're under MK Ultra. Yeah, and you know, there's a lot of things like I'm starting to hear like, and these are real crazy people. Like some people. I mean, you can tell the people who are fucking. You can tell the people who are fucking like not 100% mentally ill, just playing the role, and then you can tell the crazy people, and it's always like the crazy people. They say the same shit. They say you chopped up my son, and then they start saying shit. You know, they start saying shit. You know that fucking is going on in your life. You feel me? Like it could have just happened to like, say for instance, I recycle. So say for instance, I found the phone when I was recycling and shit. You know, it'd be a crazy person. You know, the next day saying some shit like, "You can't use it. You can't fucking use the phone." You know, shit like that, or you know, that type of weird shit. Excuse me. It's legitimate. That type of weird shit, and it's just like they all fucking. So I definitely think it's something that fucking. You know, they're looking through, like they can see through our eyes. I know that for sure. So it's like they're seeing what I do in real time and fucking broadcasting it to me through these motherfuckers. And I think that technology, like it might, you know, interfere and fuck with people's heads to where it'll make them do some type of weird shit. But like I think when you get off that methamphetamines or like any high powered medication, like mentally ill hot meds, if you will, um, they can better control you and speak through you and broadcast through you. Like something is real easy for them to fucking see through you. And I think it has to do with that chemtrail, the Morgellons in us and shit, because the fibers are like antennas and shit. So their technology communicates with the fibers, and that's how people's faces and shit. Like if you notice a lot of targeted individuals, like their faces change. The one, hold on. Excuse me, you guys. Like their faces change shapes and shit. Like I watched this one female on actually it's two females and a dude that I see their faces change all the fucking time, and they point it out. They show you. They be like, see, today they're making this side of my jaw swollen and this part of my jaw look all sucked up. Like it's crazy, man. I can't think of their names, man. I know they do it to a fellow a fellow targeted individual by the name of Timothy Timothy Trespass. Timothy Trespass from New York. Yeah, they fuck with him heavy. Hey, what's going on? Hold on. Ship 94. Ship 94. Rev 311. My crud. The drugs they're on just enhance the demon possession. Yeah, exactly. That too. And you know, I could feel it like when I could feel like when doing that shit, like I used to get like real pumped up and aggressive, like It's like I had that fucking, I guess it's because I didn't go overboard. It didn't flip me out or no shit like that. If I did more, I probably would have flipped out. But I was like, I do a line and fucking just be like real aggressive. Like have the drunk man's fucking courage type thing. But I wouldn't go around starting shit with him. But I'd be like, yeah, I dare anybody to say anything and shit. Like I'd be in that type of mind frame and shit. Like, and that's that's not even the person. Like that's not how I am. That's not how I am. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna say something if I feel disrespected, but I'm not fucking some fucking super soldier ready to punch anybody in the fucking mouth and shit, like for fucking doing anything to me or some shit like that, or saying anything to me. But that shit, like doing that shit, like it had me in a mind frame of like it's whatever. Like I don't care. Like I don't give a fuck. Say something to me if you want to. It's like the movie Fallen with Denzel Washington on this madness in front of. Yep. Exactly. Just like that shit. And I think they created that movie for us. I think a lot of the movies they create for us. I know on a lot of the YouTube channels that I'm subscribed to, I don't think the YouTube people know what they're doing, but I do know that the perps call into these motherfuckers, or they even go meet with them and fucking pay them to fucking do certain skit shit, like cause I watch a lot of prank channels and shit, and one of the prank channels that I watch is fucking Funny Marco. And I can tell they fucking call into that dude, or they fucking, it might sound paranoid, but I can tell they fucking call into dude, and because he's done skits about shit that I go through. He said shit to like, he's fucking went up to homeless people, and like my situation, he'd be like, what do you? He'll be like, why don't you go home, man? Go home with your family. They want to help you. And fucking, he said, you want to get away from everybody. Yeah, you think everybody's fucking following you? It's crazy out here. And I'd be like, nah, man. I know these motherfuckers done contacted dude, man. It's been other skits and shit he's done as well. I don't think he knows that he's actually targeting. I think they introduce it to him in a different way, like do a skit like this, or try and help him do skits and shit. It's just lack of sleep. Let me see. It's just lack of sleep. You need sleep. Yeah, you definitely need sleep, but there's days that I've been up, bro, like there, well, I guess it's certain, different people have different minds and shit, but you're right, you do need sleep. Your body won't function right, but with the drugs induced in you and shit, it's just, it's not a good combination. Everything's enhanced. In some apartments and motels, they have cameras behind the mirror. Oh yeah, man. Especially in Reno. In Reno, they do a lot of that shit. They had a crackdown. This was a long time ago, but they had a crackdown on this one. I think it was in Vegas, or I don't know. It was in one of those fast cities and shit. But they had a crackdown because, like, they were making porn. They were streaming people fucking having sex, like, in their fucking motel rooms and shit. Like they had a literal fucking like a real time streaming thing. Like people would just, it was like YouTube, I guess, but you know, it was on the dark web or whatever. But you know, people just fucking tap onto motel or whatever and fucking see people having sex and fucking, you know, whatever else they do in the rooms. Those are like, you know, people think they're gonna be safe in motels and shit. Like, man, especially like the Motel 6s and shit, because they have a contract with the police. The best type of motel to get, if you're gonna get a motel, is go get like one of those fucking roach motels and shit, because some of those roach motels, they don't fuck with, if it comes to like the car, like what kind of car and shit, like they have to, you know, the license plates are out there in the driving way, so they have to get you know, they can't keep that away from them. But if you go in there asking if such and such is here, like they won't say nothing, like they won't disclose. I'm strong, but what they have done to other people, and damn it, my bad, I'm strong, but what they have done to other people, and they have ruined and killed, it enrages me. Yeah, it's fucked up, man. It's fucked up, and the thing that's really fucked up about it is sometimes you see that shit, and you know for a fact that the person on the news was targeted for whatever they done, and just to see them fucking sit there and cover it up is just, man, it's just fucked up, man. Fucking up people's legacies, calling them crazy, saying they were on medication, which they weren't. You know, they tried to say that this VTA dude had bombs and shit in his fucking house and shit. They found explosives and shit. That's bullshit, man. You know, if you're gonna, he wouldn't have went to the fucking yard and shot up all those fucking people if he had explosives. He'd have fucking, you know, blew himself up with the whole fucking building and shit. But they threw that explosives in there because they know consciously it's gonna fuck with everybody. Everybody, when you say explosive, everybody automatically goes to fucking terrorism. Maybe I need to love my enemies. Yeah. It's tough, man. I'm starting to think that dude in Vegas was a targeted individual. The one that shot up that fucking, that shot up all those people in Vegas, man. You know, people don't just do that, man. There's no motive. There's no motive for anyone to go shoot up a bunch of fucking people. Unless they're being fucking harassed like we are, man. Even if you survived, you met. Oh, shit, this fucking thing. Even if you manage to survive, you manage to function in society, you make success. Worst tactics. Yeah, man. Bro. Like, I don't fuck with nobody, bro. I recycle. And I'm out of my fucking business unless I'm recording these fuckers fucking with me. And they see that, like before, when I first started it, I was kind of, I had that fucking, that embarrassment, by recycling and shit. Until I just fucking, cause I used to drive by, when I first started, cause I was so used to fucking, a different life. And so like, I wouldn't say I looked down on people who did recycling and shit, but I fucking, I had that mindset is I wouldn't be caught dead doing it. You feel me? So, you know, me knowing that I had that mindset, and then the perps, this is in the beginning of my target, and the perps used to drive by and fucking, say shit, call me Captain Garbage, and, they'd send fucking chicks. They send fucking females and shit dressed all skimpy and shit to smoke cigarettes and shit, and lightweight talk shit about me and shit. Do you want $1? You don't have to do that. You don't have to dig in the garbage. Do you want $1? You want something to eat? You want me to take you to get something to eat? And telling me I'm eating out the garbage and shit. They used to say a bunch of weird shit, so it kind of fucking, it fucked with me. Like, I had that fucking, damn, man, people think I'm fucking digging in the garbage to eat type shit. But, I had to break out of that fucking mindset. And once I broke out of that mindset and said, fuck it, man, if I don't do this, there's no way I'm gonna fucking survive. Because I'm not, I'm not selling drugs. I'm not doing none of that shit. And even if I wanted to sell drugs, I couldn't sell drugs. Too many people following me. Too many people, like, there's no way in the world I could get away with that shit. There's no fucking way in the world. And I'll be too fucking paranoid to fucking who I'm selling to. Like, I don't know who's working with these motherfuckers. So it's either fucking digging the fucking the recycle bins and get recycled, or fucking, be out here fucking dirty as fuck, not being able to fucking, wash my clothes and fucking just, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. I would dig in the trash and I would fucking take a shower or wash up. Like, there's no way you're gonna fucking, mind fuck me into fucking being completely fucking non-existent. And ever since I did that, had that mind state, they really try and fuck with me, like, fuck up the recycle areas and just all that shit, man. They thought, I don't know, man. I don't know, like, what's up with people, like, their fucking, how do you say, their frame of mind, if you will. Their stereotypes. That's what I would say. They're stereotypes. Like, because a lot of them thought they would, like, I was in the position to where I would fucking just accept food from them and shit. Like, any fucking body come fucking, and I know they're perps and shit, but I guess they think, like, I'm so fucking desperate and fucking hungry that they can come offer me a couple dollars and I'll stop recycling, or come offer me a plate of food, which has probably been contaminated. Like, I'd be that fucking desperate. They do a lot of fucking mind shit with this recycling. If they can bluff you, they can beat you type shit. Like, they'll fuck up the garbage and make it all fucked up and make me think they came and, got all the recycle. Then I go back and then there's just a bunch of recycle mixed in with the trash and shit. Super fucked up. Definitely not everyone is a clone, but the people doing this are still possessed. Yeah, it's something about them, man. They're not, they're not there, man. If that fucking illness, what is that shit called? They have a certain name. I can't think of it right now. But yeah, a lot of people have that fucking fucked up way about them. Even if you survive, you manage to function in society, you even make success, they just come with, okay, yeah. Hey, what's going on, Torture? Like fake relationships, they will try to break hearts. Break your heart, yeah, exactly. I got this fucking word on. My bad, y'all gotta get back in tune with the comments and shit. Shit. Oh man, I hate this app, man. It fucks up the comments. It doesn't leave them in one place. Oh. Hey, what's going on, Torture? Like fake relationships, they will try. Yep, definitely. Definitely, they be trying to have couples and shit. Fucking, they be hitting me up with a lot of couples and shit having, you know, doing the what do they call it? Public affection. But they be doing it on steroids. Public affection on steroids. Did you? Hold on. Hey, realize. Hey, Rich. How would you be eyed now? They say that's the main sign of ritual abuse and torture. Yeah. This technology is a motherfucker too, man. Hey, what's going on, Messi? This technology is a motherfucker too, man. That's why they do the one eye symbol. Yup. Other reasons too, but definitely that too. What up, Nappy? What up? Hey, what's going on, Rich? Damn. These comments it's all fucked up, you guys. You gotta excuse me. Did you know that chick Sherry, a Ti from Reno? Sherry? I don't know nobody named Sherry. I don't think. Um, I know of a targeted, or I know someone in Reno that's targeted, I guess. for sure, but that's how they are. Big back girl. Once you become targeted, you gotta realize there is no such thing as paranoia. This world is pretty sick. Yeah, it is, man. Sick. Hey, what's going on, Wendy? Look, brother, back at you. That entire Vegas shooting is sketchy from the start. Yeah, it is, man. All this bullshit is sketchy, man. You know, it's almost like a brotherhood, man. The more and more time these people spend in this program and shit, it's almost like a secret society brotherhood and shit. They're energized, if you will. It's just like they're a part of something now, and it gives them that much more courage and heart and meaning to fucking do what they do to us. They want to force us to sell drugs. Yeah, I see it all the time, bro. People offer, like, cause I sell a lot of merchandise and shit. So, people will offer me like fucking a large amount, well, not large, like large, but they'll offer me a good amount of drugs for the shit that I'm selling.
Park it on the other side of the yellow pole. Reverse it all up.
Back up.
Can you back it up? Yeah.
All right.
Nah, don't start recycling until we tell you.
I got you. Oh wait, am I on the other side? It's at the other side. The other side. Time. It's about 7:30. Hey, what's going on, Rich? That's why they mob jobs and set up traps. They want to force us to sell dope. Yep, they do, man. That whole predictive policing shit is it's a fucking scheme. And I think what it is, they found out that predictive policing shit ain't working. And even though this targeting shit has been going on before that, I think they just, they implemented that targeting with the program so that they can, they start shit and then they fucking get because they're in the same, they're pretty much in the same area that you are, so they get the people to start shit and then they can come arrest you and say, oh, see, this is our predictive policing and, this is why we should be funded. We should get more and more money for this shit. So they basically create the bullshit you go through and then say they predicted it. It's not prediction if you're fucking creating it, motherfucker. The screen is sideways. Yeah, I can't really do nothing about that part. It's this app, man. This app is, but it's the only way a motherfucker can film or do live right now. It's a death cult. Yep, it seems like it, man. These people. How like something can happen, but just because it didn't happen right now, a lot of people, like, they know they can die, but they know that they can get hurt in this program, but they don't make it a reality. Like, they don't form it up as a reality in their mind. Like, they know it could happen, but the chances of it happening might not be too great. Like, the reward is greater than the mission, if you will. So it's like, they keep on fucking running across that fucking street with the traffic in it. Pretty soon they're gonna get hit. But since they haven't got hit yet, they just keep on fucking doing it. They do. Oh, man. I seen that shit, like, once I saw them fucking start to buy German Shepherds, clear earpieces, and, walking around like some type of fucking CIA agent. And you could tell, like, they're not even in the fucking, like, you don't even have the form of a CIA agent. You're just some fucking, janitorial fucking dude or some shit like that. You're not no fucking, you're not no fucking, yeah, you're not what you're making yourself to be. You seem to be. You're not that at all. Recycling is a great hustle. If I lived back in Cali, I would be doing that for sure. Yeah, man. I fucking, once I started fucking just getting serious about it, I realized, like, man, there's like, if everybody could fucking do this, like, I'm not saying, well, I shouldn't say everybody, anybody could do it. Like, if you're having hard times and shit, like, if you can't get a job or whatever, like, if you get serious about this shit and you treat it like a job, you might not make as much as you would make on a regular job. You might. I mean, depending on the areas, you might find something. You could find something that's worth like $600 or $700. People throw shit out, especially like, people get kicked out their apartments or they don't come back, they don't pay rent, they leave shit in there, they fucking get locked up, especially in apartments. They just throw all their shit out. Like, they don't know what the fuck. Like, some people don't even know what Apple laptops is and Apple iPhones and shit like that. They throw that type of shit away. They just get rid of it and make room for the next person to move in and shit. So, there's definitely benefits to it. And, if you're really hard up on times, man, you can make ends meet. You can definitely make ends meet. Like, there's no reason in the world you should feel like selling drugs is the only way you're gonna be able to survive in the world and shit. If you don't have a job or, any type of criminal activity. Like, there's so much shit, man, that you can do. It's insane. But, just like recycling and shit. You can make good money recycling. But so many people, even myself back in the day, so many people look down on it. Like, they think small. Like, they think, like, I used to be like, what the fuck am I gonna go fucking recycle for? I'm not finna fucking earn a pack of what? What do you think I'm gonna do? Be fucking digging in garbage cans all day for a pack of cigarettes? Fucking out of your mind. But, that was just a mistake in my understanding. A big mistake in my understanding. It's like the it is like the Suicide Squad. They put their kids on the front line, all that shit. They think they're invincible. They have no idea what's in for them. Exactly. Invincible. And I could tell, I bet you the VTA workers, they had no idea that shit was gonna happen to them. They went into work just as cocky and smug and ready for the harassment, and then those lottery numbers came out. Once those lottery numbers came out, they hit the fucking lottery. Fuck with the wrong person who woke up on the wrong side of the bed and was just tired of your bullshit and that smug shit, all that fucking whatever extras you thought you were gonna earn for pissing him off or getting him out of character. It all backfired on you. Now you pushing up grass, sleeping in a box. The world is less eight harassers, though. It's fucked up it had to be this way, but, we're 8 less harassers. That's 8 less people that are gonna be fucking with people's lives. Like, for every one of them that died, you don't know how many targeted individuals have been saved. Not saved, I guess, because, they get perks by the boatloads and shit, but, that's 8 more roaches we don't have to worry about. Tax-free, finding good stuff, and yeah, definitely. It's funny when you see nerds act like they are badass. It's easy to be tough when cops protect it. Yeah, man. Bro. Straight cornballs. Straight fucking cornballs, man. You can't describe them any other way. Brushing their fucking hands all through their hair like it's a fucking Tom Cruise movie and shit, all slow motion. Like, just to really fucking dig in at you and shit. Like, really fucking piss you off and get you to say something. I'd be like, man, that's a nice haircut. That's a nice haircut, man. I told this lady, the other day, she was brushing her hair, just fucking erratic and shit. Just brushing her hair with her hand, shaking her head, just fucking at the stoplight. It's like, damn. I got on the intercom. I said, yeah, you keep rubbing your head like that, lady. You ain't gonna fucking, you're gonna rub your hair out. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and leave the live on. I gotta go separate this recycling shit though. That motherfucker just called me the N word.